What's up, everybody? How are you? It's good to see you. It's good to be seen by you. I, of course, am the one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud, and clear on a Monday afternoon. And just because it's Monday doesn't mean it can't be fun. Paladin Steve, good to see you. Thomas Smith, how the heck are you? Welcome everybody who's just kind of hopping in the chat here. It's Monday, and generally that means sweet FA. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about the week ahead. I'm going to talk a little bit about next week too, because next week is kind of important. Well, only on Mondays. Only on Mondays, Steve. My schedule slipped back a little bit on Mondays just because I can, just because I like to. I don't even remember what the reason for opening up earlier on Mondays was, but now I do it. Gary Bovee, good to see you, my friend. Oh, I remember why. I play first edition AD&D on Monday nights with my friends, and the show was getting to where even if I was starting it at 8, it was running right into showtime. And that was kind of a fun killer. I always felt rushed. Plus, if there was something that I hadn't thought of that I needed to do, it wasn't done. It wasn't getting done. So that's the deal. But anyway, it's Monday, and Monday like I said, we talk about the week ahead, but I've got something a little special for you guys. Later in the hour, I am going to be giving away a copy of CROM to one lucky viewer right here on the live stream. If first edition AD&D is your jam. So I'm going to be, thanks to Gonzalo. That's right. You see him out there in the audience. Gonzalo has donated 2 copies of CROM as giveaways. So we're going to give away one this afternoon. So I hope you guys will want to hang out and enjoy. And if you're into first edition AD&D, here's your chance to win CROM. Now, before I tell you what CROM is, in case you don't know, if you haven't already, if you're just hanging out, if you're on the fence, if you're sitting on the bubble and you're wondering, do I really want to do what Bill's asking me to do? Well, the answer is yes. Yes, you do. And the thing that I'd like you to do is, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications. That's right. As what was it? Paladin Steve said, wasn't expecting you to start this early, and I threw him off. But you know what? He got the notification. You can too if you subscribe. And let me be honest. Let me be upfront with you, if I can, for a moment. I know this gets passed around a lot. Thank you very much, Thomas, for the super. Your radio showman with a golden voice. How am I doing today? Well, I'm doing great. Assuming that you meant me. But anyway, I do thank you for the super. It should come as no surprise to anyone that YouTube is out there actively sabotaging small creators. And I guess, when I say small creators, let me tell you something. I watch a YouTube channel. It is an historically based one. It is called Flack Alley. And Flack Alley puts out great videos about aircraft history and the history of warfare. Flack Alley talks about like you can go out into YouTube and say search the history of the B-17, and you're probably going to get a dozen AI generated slop videos, and then a dozen more well-researched videos, and probably a couple of uploads of people who who VHS'd the History Channel and decided to digitize it and upload it. And what Flack Alley does is not that. Flack Alley collects stories about men and the machines that they flew, and talks about, like, you know, the shooting down of Tennessee Tammy, you know, a B-17 that was flying over Germany on this day during World War II, and how, like, only one crewman survived, or you know, just stories like that. And now I have no way to verify this, but I'd like to believe that it's true. He has had the families of veterans who've reached out to him saying, we didn't know about this. We didn't know that's how granddad, dad lost his life. And it's awesome. And the guy's got around 200,000 plus subscribers. Now, I personally think that 200,000 plus subscribers is just stratospheric, no pun intended. 200,000 subscribers is ridiculous. That's insane. Even if a third of those are bots, that's still a rarefied air I will never see on this channel. My stuff is way too niche. But I'm not complaining about that. Here's the thing. They did a video about the B-47. Now, if you don't know what the B-47 is, I'm not going to give you a lesson in Cold War era bombers. It basically preceded the B-52. He did a video about the B-47. And he talked about some rarely discussed issues that happened with the B-47. And here's the thing. It's a short video. It's like 5 minutes. Okay. So it's not like, well, you know, nobody wants to watch a 50-minute video about a relatively unknown Cold War era jet. It's like 5 minutes long, but it covers a lot of things that went on during the B-47's operational period. He put this video out there. They put this video out there, and it was doing gangbusters until it wasn't. It did not gradually drop off. It cratered. Like, the views were doing this, and then they just dropped. Just a 3 a.m. vertical line. A 3 a.m. vertical line. And they were making a nominal amount of money off the video, and a video that he paid researchers to find information about, paid for stock footage for, took time to edit, etc., made about 90 pounds, which that's like pennies for everyone. And YouTube's response was, well, we don't have any data for that time period where it dropped off, so we don't know what happened. Sorry, we just don't know what happened. Guys, YouTube actively hates small creators. I don't consider a 207,000 subscriber channel a small creator. YouTube does. If you're not Charlie, if you're not Sniper Wolf, if you're not Mr. Beast, if you're not Markiplier, YouTube hates you They actively are trying to destroy your channel. They are attempting to do everything they can to get you off the platform. They want you demoralized. They want you to leave. They want you to give up. They want you to quit. And they'll fuck with the algorithm as much as they can to suppress your channels. Rather than letting people decide what they want to see, they'll decide for you, and they'll promote channels that don't need promotion. And the hell of it is, with all respect, I'm sorry, but you're not convincing me that some of the biggest channels aren't bots. I mean, if you're making literally $100,000 a week in YouTube ad rev, why wouldn't you go out and buy a block of 50,000 subscriber bots? That's just a smart investment. That's good business. Why wouldn't you do it? And then do it again the next year, and then do it again the next year. Why wouldn't you do that? So the best thing you can do right now is, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe if you like my stuff. I go out and I see small channels out there on the interwebs, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I don't think, hey, subscribe right now. And then I'll forget, oh, what was that channel? Guy was actually talking about Greyhawk, and crap, it was, and I'll comb through YouTube and I'll never find it again. I'll never find that video again. They're playing a shell game where they're moving it around, trying to hide it. No, we don't have a Dungeons and Dragons video from this guy for you, but how about this guy over here? He's got 600,000 subs. You want to check his stuff out? No, I don't. All he talks about is 5th edition. How about the Greyhawk video that I saw? Let me go back through my history now. Oh, I've watched 50 videos. Paladin Steve, absolutely correct. Why support a small channel that puts out quality content when you can promote big sensationalist intellect devourers? Absolutely correct. Let me tell you, one of the best big channels out there is a guy. He used to make just stupid brain rot millennial humor stuff, and he's stopped because he's sick of content thievery. Because he would make comedic stuff, and he saw channels that were just out there stealing stuff. It's Jack Douglas. Jack is a Nerd, or Jack's Films. And he's using his 4 million plus subscriber platform that he has now to point out that there's a lot of these guys that are just content thieves. So, absolutely, RPG Grandma, absolutely. They totally hide shit. So, what you can do for me, the best thing you can do for me, particularly now that I have this situation to deal with the Bards of Greyhawk music. Again, I want to point out, not the Bard's fault. CD Baby, CMS, it's their fault. That's why there's no music at the start of the videos. Is to subscribe and tell other people about the channel, because YouTube's not gonna If you like what I do, if you like the fact that I have classic creators on this channel, that I've had Tracy Lesh and Alan Hammock and the late Jim Ward, Heidi Gygax and her husband Eric, um, you know, uh, Errol Otis, the artist Darlene, uh, Dave LaForce, Diesel LaForce, uh, Skip Williams was on the channel once upon a time. Steve Marsh, I've had on the channel. If you if you like that kind of thing, plus all the other stuff that I do, then tell people about it. Tell them this is where you get that. This is where you get that kind of stuff. I will keep doing this until YouTube finds an excuse to switch my channel off. So I like your channel too, RPG Grandma. I put it on when I'm motoring around the house a lot of times. Thank you. Thank you, Robert. So that's the best thing you can do to support the channel. The second best thing you can do to support the channel, Thomas Smith, thank you so much. Thank you for that super. I'm a small-time creator. I hear about how YouTube screws with people via algorithm. Deal with this. How I deal with this is I host myself on multi-platforms, multi-small ponds instead of one big pond like YouTube. And that's what I like. I'm streaming right now to X. I don't know how many people are stopping by and watching on X. There's 12 of you folks watching on YouTube, and it's gotten 52 pairs of eyes on it over on X. I'm not sure if there's anyone actively watching us on X right now, but I like to pretend. I like to pretend. It feels kind of nice. So I've got some suggestions, RPG Grandma, but you might unsubscribe from me and block me on social media if I make them. I'm just teasing you. I have had Gary Gygax on this channel, Dice Tales. You can go to my channel and search for an interview with Gary Gygax. You can have an hour-long chat with Gary. Yep, I do multi-streaming. StreamYard lets me do multi-streaming to X and to YouTube at the same time. I could do probably as many as 4 or 5 destinations in a single go. I may get set up over on Rumble so I can start multi-streaming over on there, because Rumble lets you get monetized when you have like 5 subscriptions. Daniel Rowan, good to see you. Yeah, JP, I agree with you. I agree with you. But I do have a lot of fun over on X. So I kind of like, kind of like streaming there. Every once in a blue moon, one of my X moots will come in and say hi, and that's very nice. It feels nice. Particularly because there's a few people who have an artistic bent, or they're writers, or they're just, geeky weirdos. I don't really think of in terms of do they or do they not like old school TTRPGs, and they say hi, and that's kind of neat. So I will stream over there. Might make a video on how to be a sexist DM. I like it. I want to see that video. But one thing that I can't, I know there are people who have ethical problems with YouTube, and I just got done with a tirade about YouTube and about how I don't like YouTube. here's the thing. YouTube has 58, how many ever, or not 50, YouTube has like 2 billion sets of eyes on it. Their numbers are closer to 4, but I figure half of those are bots. You gotta make Mr. Wizard style how to get free cable and flushing a can of ham. I like that. And some people have said, well, just leave YouTube. Just go over to Rumble. Your channel would be huge on Rumble. That would be starting over. About 1/10 of you guys would follow me over to Rumble, and my channel would go from 770 to 60, rather, to about 700. That's just the truth. And that's no insult to you. That's everybody who glommed on during the OGL thing. They wouldn't follow me. Even if I put up a video that said, I'm leaving YouTube, link to Rumble below, they're not going to click on, they're not going to subscribe to something new. Hey, Jorge, good to see you. So when I go to Rumble, it will be another streaming platform, not leaving YouTube for Rumble. But listen, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Yes, exactly, JP, using multi-stream. Cooperative Waffles, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. I hope you're well. So one thing you can do to help support the channel too is after I get done bitching about them, you can get a membership over on YouTube. I think it's down over here is the button for YouTube memberships, or you can support me on Patreon right there. Or if you want to just tip me, you can buy me a coffee if you don't want a super chat. buymecoffee.com/bsylvie. So thank you all for listening to me rant for a while. So let's talk about the week ahead, and let's talk about fun stuff we're going to do. Tomorrow night, we are going to play First Edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. You know how we do. It's a live stream actual play of First Edition AD&D. It's where I bring in a group of players. We play an ongoing campaign. I got some Dwarven Forge out there on the table. And we hang out together. We play First Edition for a couple of hours. Now, we actually play First Edition AD&D, guys. There's no table reads. There's no script writing sessions. There's no big story arcs that have to be filled. You could start watching us tomorrow night, and 10 minutes later, everybody's rolling up a new character because there was a TPK. So no, it's not just like Critical Role. This is actual Dungeons and Dragons. Although I guess they play what is it, Kingdom Hearts something now. They don't play D&D anymore. Hello, Alan Canning. Good to see you. So, we actually play First Edition AD&D. But it's not just passive, guys. If you have a question about what we're doing or how we're doing it, ask in the chat. I will answer it, or one of the players will answer it, or someone in the live stream chat will answer it. And why? Folks, it's because I have the best looking and the smartest audience of any 5-night-a-week first edition classic TTRPG live stream channel on YouTube, and I will kill on that hill. Wednesday night. Now, nominally, we've had Kyle the last few weeks, school vacation down where he is. So he will be out Wednesday night. We will find something to talk about on Wednesday night. Thursday night, guess what? I have a guest Thursday night. The awesome and inevitable Yang Yan Zhao. And guys, we have a very special announcement, Yang and I. We are bringing a cool opportunity to folks, and we're going to talk about that on Thursday evening. I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about it. Yang is an awesome dude. He plays Gamma World with us here on Friday nights. And he and I have got a stellar opportunity for people. And I really hope it's something that a lot of folks will be interested in and we'll be able to get going. So tune in on Friday evening or on Thursday evening. Friday evening, tune in for Gamma World. It's not Amway. Ixnay on the Amway. I always love the fact that Amway sounded like a Pig Latin word. Ixnay on the Amway. So that's the week in front of us. That is the week in front of us. Now, I'm going to wait until the bottom of the hour, but I want to talk to you until then about tonight's sponsor, or this afternoon's, however it goes. Let me see here. So tonight's show is brought to you by CROM. It is brought to you by me. It is brought to you by CROM, the Character Record Organization Manager software. How many times have you had someone show up at your table and say they wanted to play and you wanted to get them in and you wanted to get them in right then, but you had to slow the game down. You had to bring the game to a halt while you created a 1E character for them. Even as simple as it is, 1E has a ton of options. There's races, there's race combinations, there's classes, there's class combinations. So many choices. And it can take a little while to get that going. Folks, CROM is the answer. CROM is the solution to all of your character creation problems. CROM is a feature-complete, option-rich creator for first edition characters. It is the most complete, and it is 100% rules compliant. Did you have that TPK? Does everybody need to create a new character? Get your game back up and running in 5 minutes. This has every option available to players and dungeon masters for a 1E game. Got the moxie to dual class your human? CROM can dual class. Want to take your half-elf from fighter to thief with an eye to becoming a bard? CROM will do that. It'll also bard a human. Is it the thought that counts? So you want to use psionics in your game? CROM supports psionics. Buy equipment for your characters initially. Level them up. lower their levels, drain levels from them. You can do milestone leveling. You can add experience points. You can age your characters. You can sell jewelry and gemstones, change a character's alignment, modify their stats. CROM does all of this. Save in text or save in HTML. You can make a character. You know what? I'm going to do something here. Let me see if I can do this. We're going to start from a prompt here. And we're going to see how fast we can create a complete character, a complete first level character with equipment bought, no skipping equipment, no skipping preferences, weapon proficiencies. We're going to start the old Google stopwatch, and then I'm going to show it to you guys. All right, and here we go. So we're going to do create. We're going to do method 3. That's nice and fast. That is a good set of stats with a constitution like that. Wisdom, dexterity. We have a lot of good options here. Let's go with a half elf. And yes, and we're going to do male. Now look at all those options we've got. Cleric, fighter, magic user, thief, assassin, cleric, fighter, magic user, cleric, magic user, fighter, thief, magic user, thief, fighter, magic user, thief. I'm thinking we're going to do fighter, magic user, thief. So let's do fighter, magic user, thief. Enter for fighter, 1. Enter for magic user, 1. Enter for thief, 1. All right, 7 weapons proficiencies. Let's do melee first. Let's go with a bastard sword. Let's do a long sword. And if you see that the weapons are disappearing, yes, they are, because you don't want to accidentally buy a proficiency twice. Let's do a dagger. Okay, we've got 4 weapons proficiencies left. Let's go back. Let's go to pole arms. Let's pick up a sputum, but let's also pick up a lance. You know what? Let's do a light horse lance. Now let's go back. We've got 2 proficiencies left. What's an elf without a bow? We'll go ranged. We'll go long bow, and we'll go short bow. Bada bing, bada doom, bada boom. Let's get some armor. We need some armor. They're a thief. The best we're going to do in stealth thief is leather armor. So let's do that. Let's be done there. Well, you know what? They're a fighter. They can use a shield. So let's get a large shield. Let's be done. Let's get weapons. And we're going to do melee. We're going to get that dagger. We're going to get a bastard sword. We're going to get a long sword. All right. Go back with B. And weapons, we're still in weapons. We're going to do pole arms. We're going to get a light lance. And we're going to get the sputum. We're going to go back. Now we're going to get ranged. We're going to do a bow. We're going to do a short bow for right now. We're going to get a dozen regular arrows. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 silver arrows just in case we need them. We're going to go back. We're going to get a horse. So we're done with weapons. Let's get livestock. We'll go to horses. Let's get a a light horse. Done. We got to get tack and harness. We're going to get a bit and bridle. We're going to get a harness. We're going to get a saddle. We're going to get large saddle bags, and we're going to get a saddle blanket. Let's get, let's get miscellaneous equipment and items. We've got a backpack. We've got a couple of wax candles. We're going to do those. And 3 of those. We're going to get a silver dagger just in case. We're going to get a small helm. We're going to get a hooded lantern. We're going to get a small mirror. Actually, no, we're going to get a couple of flasks of oil. We're going to get thieves' tools. Oh, we don't have the money for thieves' tools. Let's see. We're going to get a 10-foot pole then. We're going to get some iron spikes. We're going to get a tinderbox. We're going to get a water skin. We're going to be done. A lot of coins. Let's see. So we're going to get some provisions. We're going to get a pint of good wine. We're going to get a iron rations for a week. We're going to get standard rations for a week. And we are done. And we are done. Are you sure? Yes, we are. Don't need to check for psionics because this is a half elf. So no check for psionics. We're going to make him neutral good. And we're going to call him Elf Star because I'm feeling terribly unoriginal. Elf Star. All right. There are our thieves' abilities. Let's press enter to continue. We're going to save it to text file. Default name is Elf Star. Yes. Load Elf Star. Boom. Done. 5 minutes, 39 seconds. 5 minutes, 39 seconds to create a multi-classed first level character, buy all of their equipment, and get them ready to go. Alan asked how many coins he rolled. When you create a multi-classed character in first edition, you basically get all of their starting money added together. I looked that up. I dug that out. So you get all of their money added together. So he had enough money for all of that stuff. Guys, CROM lets you make a character that fast. It's available for Windows. It runs under Wine on Linux. There is a Mac version in the works. Don't know when that's coming out. The Mac guys are going to let me know. It is $25. Purchasing it entitles you to any updates and any bug fixes forever. You have forever support. It does come with an installation manual. Really, all you have to do is unzip the folder and put the folder wherever you want it. Doesn't install in Windows or anything. You can make a shortcut to it if you want. The real user manual was written by Gary Gygax. So there you go, guys. 5 minutes. Just a skosh under 6 to create a full character, a fighter, magic user, thief, starting with 7 hit points and buying all of their equipment and saving the character sheet and having it ready to go. CROM was just hit with a 20% error. Powell looks to be removed. Strange times indeed. And if you want to know how to get your hands on CROM, shoot me an email, reach out to me on social media. I will gladly accept PayPal, and then I will lay a copy of CROM on you. Or, now we did go past the bottom of the hour, as we were very close, and then I ran my mouth for a while. Or you can wait 5 minutes and see if you're going to win a copy. That's right. I am giving away a copy. What about spells? Alan Canning wants to know about spells. Well, I think that's an entirely fair question, Alan Canning. Let's take a look at it. Let's look at Elfstar. Elfstar is a first level character. Let's see. Look right here. It generated his spell book for us. Charm Person, Light, Protection from Magic, Protection from Evil, Read Magic, and Tensor's Floating Disc. If he were higher level, it would generate a higher level spell book. You need an Elfir. I can't help you with that one. Doc Flamingo wants to know if there's an option to crush his enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. Yes, it does. You just have to create a high enough level character to do that with. Cooperative Waffles asking the important question. Does CROM allow half-elf bard, dual class fighter thief? Absolutely. Do you want to see it work? Do you want to see me make that? I can do it. I can do it right now. We can do the giveaway in a few minutes. Why don't we do that? I think that's a fun, good question. So here we are. Let's quit out of this. Let's go back to the main menu. Let's create a new character. We're going to do manual entry just because I don't remember exactly what you need for a bard. So we're basically going to create Superman here just to trigger the bard function. So let's do this. Strength, intelligence, dexterity, constitution, charisma. So half elf. Exactly. CROM has features you never realized you needed. So yeah, male. And we're going to, obviously, we start with a fighter. Enter level for fighter, 1. We're going to have some fun with this. We're not going to worry about proficiencies. I just want Cooperative Waffles to see this. So let's be done. Yep. Done. Yes. Check for psionics. Nope. Neutral good. Has to be neutral good. Brad. Presenter to continue. Save as text. Brad. Yes. Load. Brad. And there's Brad. Brad the Bard. Or he will be. So we have to go to at least 5th level. So let's level Brad up. Level up. Yes. Level up. Yes. Level up. Yes. Level up. Yes. And let's go to 6 for good measure. Level up. Yes. Now, if you look, where is it? Right over here. We go B for begin dual class. Begin dual classing this character. Yes. Available classes to dual class into thief. We are now fighter 6, thief 1 with the intention to go to bard. Level up. Yes. 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 Level up one more time. Yes. Fighter 6, Thief 7. What comes next? Right here. Become a bard. Ard. So we become a bard. And there you have it, my friend. A bard. Druid spells listed, additional languages, charm percentage, all the thief abilities. Let's save Brad the Bard. And now let's go over and let's look at Brad the Bard. Share screen, window, share screen, add to stage. And here we are. Here's Brad the Bard, just as you requested. Fighter and thief just began as a bard. Thief abilities, bardic abilities, it's all there. 88 hit points. Brad's not kidding around. Ogre Bard beat Bard, most graceful voice of angel. That's right, the first D&D prestige class. And yes, we can. Checking for psionics is the most annoying thing in the world. When I was implementing psionics, I had to build a harness into it to make psionics generate. It was so annoying because it's like, sorry, you rolled a 90. You needed a 91. And that would be like the closest I would get in like 30 tries. It was so finally I just went in and I was like, I'm going to set that to 1. I'm just going to set the requirement for psionics to a 1 or better, not 100 or not 90 or whatever, to make to make it trip. So, cooperative waffles, CROM is everything. This is character management. This isn't just creation. This is management. Like I said, you can level them up. You can add treasure. You can take treasure off. You can buy new equipment, age your character, change their stats. Their stats automatically change as they age, as they go into new age brackets. Wisdom and intelligence go up. Constitution may go down. Bard question: does a bard always fight at their fighter levels? Bards fight as bards. The rules aren't unclear. There is a bard table in the Dungeon Master's Guide. 'Tis very simple. And guys, it's only $25. It's only $25. And I want to point something out. I have started work on Aragorn. I've told you guys about Aragorn before. Aragorn will be for Dungeon Masters what CROM is for player characters. NPC personality creation, hire sages, value gems and jewelries, random monster encounters, random terrain generation, random dungeon generation, all kinds of wandering monster encounters, whether they're in the wilderness or whether they're in dungeons or cities. It is so choice. So you hope to budget for my mid-August birthday. Cooperative Waffles, it will be here waiting on you. We never sell out of copies. I'm never out of stock. But stick around. You may win a copy. That's right. Top of the hour, we are going to be giving away one copy of CROM to one lucky person out there in the live stream. So this may just have been the day for you to tune in, Cooperative Waffles. You might be able to save 25 simoleons. And don't worry about me. No. This is paid for. Thanks to Gonzalo. So you may indeed John Strain, good to see you. Welcome. Now, one thing I want to point out, because I do get this question a lot, is why doesn't X do Y in CROM? I'm sure that AD&D works like that. I assure you it doesn't. I assure you it does not. No, your halfling can't be a cleric. Your half orc is not allowed to be a is not allowed to be a monk. Your human character can't multi-class. They can dual class. This CROM is 100% first edition by the player's handbook compliant. And people said, oh, let us do plugins for house rules. Guys, I can't open up the architecture like that. Trust me, you don't want to see what's inside that executable. You might think you do. It is a Giger-esque body horror of biomechanical nightmares inside the code for CROM. Just be happy that it works. Aragorn could add weather from Dragon Magazine. Okay, so now this is a good comment here. This is a good comment, and it pertains to what I was just saying. The problem with, hey, you could add this feature from Dragon, you could add that feature from Dragon. I saw this in a module, and so on and etc. And even with regard to most of Unearthed Arcana, is where do I stop? It's like, oh, could you add the witch? Guys, I love the witch class. I think she is an awesome potential add to a D&D party. I mean, if you're deep in a role play and you have a small group, she could be a wonderful class to add. You know, get your Stevie Nicks on in your game, right? But the thing about it is, there are dozens of classes in Dragon Magazine, and races, and spells, and options. TSR was very clear. Dragon Magazine is not canonical. It is not rules canon. Now, they took things from Dragon and put them in Unearthed Arcana and said, okay, this is canonical. But I had to draw the line somewhere, guys, or else I'd still be trying to bolt stuff into CROM. I mean, there are ascending and descending percentages for stuff for the weird ass classes in Unearthed Arcana alone that would have, I'd be in the funny farm now. You guys wouldn't have CROM. At least 3, try about 7, Rob. Have I read Master of the Game? I have Master of the Game and Master. They're over here on the shelves somewhere. I have both of Gary's books. Yes, cooperative, exactly. But I have both of Gary's books, Alan. Dragon Bee fan fiction until published into the hardbound books, basically. But then, a lot of people are like, well, what about Oriental Adventures? That's first edition. What about the WSG and DSG? What about Manual of the Plains? What about Unearthed Arcana? What about Dragonlance Adventures? What about the character options given in the box set for Forgotten Realms? Yes, that is an option for witches, Robert. And I thought, you know what? Let's just roll this back to 1979. We all know that was the peak of Dungeons and Dragons. We all know that. I don't think there's a person here who doesn't acknowledge that. So that's where the line in the sand is drawn. Again, to keep my sanity. Will there be a CROM 2.0 one day that actually incorporates deities and demigods and all the aforementioned books? I can't say there won't ever. That's right, Hagar. No, there are no there are no character classes except very basic character classes. Very, very basic character classes for NPC creation are going to be an Aragorn. If that ends up being the name of the program. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have gotten to the top of the hour. There's 136 sets of eyes on this, or there have been. There's 25 of you folks watching out there on the YouTube space, and 111 folks have passed by in the X side of things. And that brings us then, henceforth, to the next and most important part of the evening. Well, I don't want to say it's the most important part. I will say it is an important part. Let me get my screens together here because I don't want to miss a thing, as was said by Aerosmith. Project is always 95% until a limit is made. Exactly. I had CROM 85% of the way done when I told people it would be done literally in a day or two. Let's see, it's Thursday. I would say Monday, this will be nailed down. And I would literally spend Friday to Monday morning. Every iteration of code I made was broken worse than the one before it. Before I would scream, give up, go all the way back to what I'd been doing on Friday and start afresh. I have megabytes and hundreds of revision of the code through that. I had to draw a line in the sand. Here is the line in the sand. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you wish to have a digital download copy of CROM, if you would like to win one, right now, I want you to type in the chat in all caps, CROM, CROM. I'm going to put it down there so you guys can see. And we're going to go until the quarter hour. We're going to go until the quarter hour, taking names and kicking ass. And at the quarter hour, I'm going to use a die roller, and we're going to roll to see who gets this. Now, I'm not going to be talking to you guys very much because I'm taking your names down right now. And I will read through the names. So Okay. But basically, I'll get your names. I'll read them off before I roll the dice to make sure I did not miss anyone. Let me see. Whether I do the 3D die roller on screen because I have exactly the number for one of the platonic solids, or whether I have to go and generate a random number on like our Discord die roller, I will share a screen grab with you guys of what you get here. This is the latest and greatest version. You will be a customer of CROM. I will make sure that I know so you won't miss out on any updates or bug fixes. As far as I know, this runs on Windows 10 and 11. If you're one of those holdouts keeping 8, 8.1, or even 7, and you run it and it doesn't work, let me know. I'll find out what will make it work. But right now, for the next 13 minutes, if you want to win a copy of the Character Record Organizational Manager software, then you need to type CROM in all caps in the live chat. And this is not the first giveaway, or this is not the only giveaway. This is the first giveaway of CROM, but it's not the only giveaway of CROM. I was gifted 2 free copies by Gonzalo, so this is a great chance. So if you're out there watching, and there are 24 of you guys out there on YouTube, and I know a bunch of you have bought it already. So if you've already bought it, don't register to win it. It won't benefit you at all. Well, it says there's 25 of you watching on YouTube now. So if you want a chance to win, okay, Jorge. All right, Jorge. All right. We are going to the quarter hour before we roll dice. There's no shipping cost on this, guys. It's literally a download link. I will send you, like, I know I'm not the greatest person in the world when it comes to getting stuff shipped out to people, but you'll have this tonight. Exactly. You got to be in it to win it, Rob. Got to be in it to win it. So, copy of CROM. This is your chance. A copy of CROM. CROM. If you want a copy and you don't enter, then the hell with you. Yes, thank you, Gonzalo. Exactly. If you're out on the left coast, I mean, you can be at work just like knocking out characters, and it goes so fast. Nobody's going. Oh, they're going to walk by and see a terminal screen open. You must be doing something important. Note, I cannot help you if you get caught and in trouble for running CROM on a work computer. One thing I will warn you about, just because I forget about this, it's an unsigned application. Windows will complain about that. Hey, whoa, is this safe for you to use? And you click yes, no, it's fine. And then Windows will stop bothering you. You sign it yourself. Spreadsheet mode. It practically is spreadsheet mode. And again, that terminal screen, you know, somebody's just walking by, they see you at more than 4 or 5 feet distant. They're not going to go, wait a minute, that's a first edition advanced character creator program you're running there. That's not important and work related. Set your font color to amber or green. Somebody will think you're doing some brainiac thing at work. So we have 10 minutes. 10 minutes. If anyone else wants in on the CROM drawing, you know what, Jorge? That is very true. That is very true. And one of the reasons I was inspired to do this was not just the fact that it is giant pain in the dick to make them with a 40-year-old program written by SSI, is the I like mech games. And one of the coolest things that was ever made was for the Heavy Gear tactical RPG. And it was written in QBasic. Like, I had wanted to make such a beast for QBasic, and someone actually beat me to the punch, and it was for creating gears. And it was so helpful, because if you know anything about stompy robot games, there's math. There's always math. Well, you have to figure the tonnage over the battle value will give you the ammo amount allowable for each ammo bin, but that is a logarithmic function of the weight of your targeting compute. Oh God, we loved that stuff in the 90s. But when somebody made a program that did that, I was just like, I am never doing this by pen or pencil again, a pencil and paper again. And it was like the same for BattleTech when a mech building program came out for BattleTech. Battle Math, yes. Hack the planet. Hager knows the meme Hack the Planet. So yeah, being able to just pop out characters again. 5 minutes. 5 minutes it took. Gen Con, Milwaukee, and SSI. Name 3 things that don't exist anymore. Well, 2 things: Gen Con in Milwaukee and SSI. Somebody technically owns SSI. You know what is really weird? All of SSI's stuff that they made for D&D, you can go on C64 abandonware sites like Lemon 64 and find links to it out there to download. Or it's available on GOG. You can get all the gold box games on GOG for like, they'll have sales where it's like the entire set, $2.99. But there have been takedown notices specifically sent for the Dungeon Master's Assistant Volume 1 and Volume 2. You used to be able to find that everywhere on abandonware sites. And I would tell people, go out and look for it. Can't find it anymore. All the websites that were hosting it, it's gone. It runs in a virtual DOS machine on archive.org. Good luck saving your characters or your encounters or anything else you do. No, Orbital, don't try Basic Fantasy. We're talking about AD&D. I heard that in Fat Tony's voice, Jorge. People love the battle mechs, but they don't love the meth. I've never been to Gen Con, but I knew Gen Con had jumped the tracks when I heard from a friend who went in 2000 and told me that the biggest booth, like literally the central booth, it was 2 stories tall, not in terms of like they had an upper and lower floor, but like it stuck up, like looming out over everything, was there by Sony Verant to promote EverQuest in like 2000. That's when it jumped off the rails. Hell, I think it jumped off the rails when it left Horticultural Hall, but guys, we have less than 5 minutes. We have 4 minutes and change left, 3 minutes and change left. If you want a free copy of CROM right now, type CROM, all caps, in the live chat. Because we are cutting it off at the quarter hour and we're rolling to see who wins. Right now, I've got 8, so I can roll a D8. I'm going to go down the list of names that I have. Keep your ears open if you don't hear your name called, but you wanted, then let me know. John Strain, Alan Canning, Great Old Ones, Robert Rabowski Turner, RPG Grandma, Cooperative Waffles, Hager the Horrible, Jorge Uribe. Clements Clyde. Okay, Clements Clyde. Clemente. Again, this is an application for Windows or Wine under Linux through Wine. All right, let's go down the list one more time because we are 2.5 minutes out from the drawing. John Strain, Alan Canning, Great Old Ones, Rob Rabowski Turner, RPG Grandma, Cooperative Waffles, Hager the Horrible, Jorge Uribe, Clemente Clyde. If you didn't hear your name called, you need to speak now. I will scroll back. I will look for any I might have missed. All right, Damien, I missed you. I am putting you in the list. All right, we have 10 now. I can roll a D10. I got you in there, Damien. So I got you in there. Damien is in there. We're less than a minute away, guys. One thing I'm going to tell you is people have asked me, like, how many seats come with CROM? Just one, please. If you want everyone in your group to look, obviously I can't stop you from saying, hey, I bought this, it was $25. Here's a copy for everybody. Please don't do that. If you want every player at your table to have it, send them to me or buy it for them and then share it with them. Please, I'm asking you. I'm one guy. I'm one little dude out here. We are 30 seconds away. We are 30 seconds away. And then we are closed. When you see it disappear off the screen, we're done. 20 seconds away. We are 20 seconds away from rolling the dice. There will be another drawing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Okay. All right, folks. I have the list locked. And now we're going to go over here. And because I have, let me count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to number these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoops. 7, 8, 9, D10, and we are going to roll a D10 on the screen. We're going to go to DD Dice. All right. This is a test roll to make sure that DD Dice is showing up on the screen for you guys. This is a test roll. This does not pertain to the winning. In fact, I'm going to use a non-D10. Okay, so we see it. Does everyone see the D6 on the screen? A code wheel. Yeah, maybe. I mean, guys, somebody would have broken that code. All right. I come from the classic days of piracy. All right. It would have been, all right, everybody saw the die. It would have been cracked like day one. Somebody would have been like, all you have to do is hex edit this and look for these bytes and just set them to 0. All right, here we go. There is my list. There is the die. Let me make sure that I have this. Now, the die that I'm about to roll goes 1 to 10, not 1 to 0. So if you see a 10 come up, that's not the ones. Here we go. I have an 8. I have an 8. And our winner is all the way from the far end of the great continent in the West. That's right. The man from Patagonia. Our agent in Antarctica, Jorge Uribe, has won a copy of CROM. That's right. That's right, everybody. Jorge Uribe has won a copy of CROM. And you know what, Jorge? I am going to send that to you right now, my friend. That is going to go to you right now. Now, if you didn't win, don't despair. There will be another drawing of CROM. We will do another CROM drawing. You know what? I'll do it Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be a fairly light day. We'll do a CROM drawing on Wednesday. All righty here. Let's do that. And see, Jorge, I can actually get you this right now instead of, let's see. Oh, that's not it at all. I was about to send you an old college paper of mine. Jorge would have been, this is very interesting, but I don't know how this is supposed to help. All righty. Let's go over into Gmail. And I will send that to you. Oh, Gary, I just got your email too. Guess what? I'm going to send it to you as well. Gary won a copy on Nerd Council of Doom. So Gary, I just sent you your copy that completely fell between the cracks. Thank you for sending me that reminder email. Let's see. Gary was watching Nerd Council of Doom, a little thing I do with Yang Yan Zhao and Dungeon Minister. So, Gary, enjoy your copy of CROM also. Anchor says, rigged! Recount! All right. Oh, I wouldn't want you to be full of despair, great old ones. So there you go, guys. There you go. Enjoy your copies of CROM. And again, these are the comprehensive user manual is the player's handbook. how your uncle ran D&D for you back in 1980 might not be how this works. So if you're wondering why your half elf can't be a paladin, that's not a thing. I did get that all like initial releases. I did get a few questions. I don't want to say a lot. I had a few people saying, wait a minute, can I do X? I'm like, nope. That's not rules legitimate. All right. So Gary, Jorge, you guys have got your copies. And again, Gary got his because Gary actually won his some weeks ago. And we just kind of passed like 2 ships in the night on getting contact info to me and so on. So, so just think about it. Your odds, if you didn't win tonight, your odds, and nobody else plays, your odds of winning just went up on Wednesday. So stop back by Wednesday evening, 7 to 9 is when we're doing the show on Wednesday. Coochie wants to know how you enter to win. Coochie, Wednesday night, I will announce a starting time for the drawing. What we did today was exactly at the top of the hour. I said, okay, everybody who wants to enter, type CROM in all caps in the chat. I will take your name down and put it in the hat, as it were. And then we use a die roll to resolve. And then you can download the program from the link that I send you. It's that easy. Oh, that's sad. So Coochie 245, it's just that easy. Just be here. And during the 15-minute window, I'll say, okay, ladies and gentlemen, CROM your engines. And you'll have that time period to say that you won in the drawing, and I will take your name down and I'll roll a die or whatever. Hey, TXG, good to see you. Good to see you. So it's just that easy. It's just that easy. And speaking of TXG, everybody who is a little beanie propeller, tux penguin, stress ball on your desktop, I use Arch BTW, meme kind of person, you may thank TXG for making it, for confirming it works on Linux through Wine. It doesn't just compile and run on Linux. And that brings me to something else that's kind of important. I'm not releasing the source code for CROM ever. It is what it is. Maybe you're one of those, looks, man, software wants to be free. You can't like own an idea, man. I can own the hours that I put into it. Well, like, what if somebody else had come up with it? I would pay them for it. This represents a fair amount of work. Please don't pirate it. Thank you, Rob. Take care. So yeah, I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart, don't pirate CROM. You know, it's not FOSS. You know, I'm not a what's his face, the Linux guy who, like, he will not look at web pages. He has a bot set up that like takes like text shots of web page content and then emails it through Emacs. Thank you, Stallman. I'm sure people have. I bet you my last bottom dollar, if the Trove existed, somebody would have uploaded CROM to it. Well, if someone like got their hands on it, like, oh, my friend is out of the room. Bip. Flash drive. Bip. Yeah, Stallman is a wackadoo. I remember this is actually one of the funny things where I kind of laugh with Stallman, not at Stallman, but um uh and first of all, I think it's horrible that someone stole something that belonged to him, but um his portable computer of choice was something called a Libre book. And it was a laptop, and everything about it, literally every component down to the firmware, like the CPU was made by, and this is the most hilarious gosh darn thing in the world, because the CPU was made by a Chinese company that copied x86. Yeah, yeah, he's not a good guy. Stallman's not a good guy. But again, so he had his neck beard computer up, like, just crammed full of all the weird shit that he uses. Like, I don't like Microsoft, but I can also install, you know, Arch, Ubuntu, whatever. I can install any one of a dozen Linux flavors on a laptop. I can blow away Windows, and I can be relatively, you know, he thinks that, like, most modern Linux distros are just as bad as Windows ethically, but I'm not. So he had his laptop loaded up with all the custom software to do incredibly difficult things that we take for granted, and it got stolen. He left the bag somewhere, and the laptop got stolen out of it, as laptops do. And when he posted up to Usenet, I understand this was in the 20 teens, but when he posted up that it had been stolen, he made a point of indicating it's not really going to be of any use to anyone. I mean, he was right. I mean, even if you were like, yeah, I'll just rip out this Joker's hard drive and put it Windows. No. That was the most Stallman piece of thing to exist outside of Richard Stallman. A shareware version? Oh. I mean, it's I don't know, Alan. I mean, I could see myself revisiting it someday and saying, like, um here's here's uh here's a version that only creates, like, fighters, like human fighters and human clerics. That's it. That's all that it creates. But you can see how it works. But did he create Emacs? Was it Stallman who created Emacs, though? I know there was a very funny skit by the there's a little YouTube video group. This is niche humor, and it's called, like, The Programmer is Human Too. And they have a video on Emacs that just bust a gut at that. Just absolutely bust a gut at that. I mean, I could maybe do a nerfed version, Alan, again, that's like, does fighters and clerics only, right? Or maybe even just fighters only. Like, you can have any race, but it's only fighters, and then maybe level, even, like, Only fighters up to 6th level can be created by this version, but you can see how it works. And I could literally go in and physically remove code to maybe make it work and have it so it only outputs HTML. It doesn't output text as well, you know. Anyway, guys, that's about what I've got. Thank you everyone for participating in the contest. I would be ashamed if I did that. No, I wouldn't be ashamed if I made a shareware only version, just so people could have it for free and see how it works. I think that would actually be a very smart move, but I don't think my market is big enough to do that. I wouldn't be remotely ashamed to do that, to create a version that only creates fighters and then only up to a certain level, just to show off what it can do. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it there, guys. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. I will be back tomorrow. We will be playing First Edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. You are very welcome, Cooperative Waffles. Listen, if you want to have this, if you really want a copy of this, email me, bsylvia@gmail.com, and I'll hook you up. It's only $25, guys. For the amount of work that I put into this and the amount of flexibility it has, I don't think that's too much of an asking price. So if you're interested, let me know. But until then, guys, take care of each other. And, you know, I got to tell you, there was a virtual tabletop program out there called Owl Bear Rodeo, which, you know, kind of stole my thunder, because I promise you, I absolutely would have called this thing Owl Bear. Peace. Good night. Love you all.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.